Sports Talk Live is presented by your Chicagoland Land Rover retailers. Visit LandRoverIllinois.com to find a retailer near you.
March 22nd and 23rd in Arlington Heights, you can help out a great event for the kids. It's the 36th annual Chicago Area Alternative Education League basketball tournament taking place at the Forest View Education Center. For event info, go to Caael, that's Caael.com. Joining us now, Jerry and Sarah Lorenzi from Caael. This is the biggest tournament of the year of its kind. Sarah, for you and your dad, this was something that he's been very passionate about for a long time. How did Caael get started?
Correct. So back in 1976, my dad was teaching a gym class at an alternative school, which means kids who were in mainstream schools were removed from their mainstream schools for various reasons: behavior, emotional issues such as, truancy, gangs, drugs, violence, and so on, depression. He was teaching a gym class, and the kids at that school thought, why can't we play kids from other schools like they had the opportunity, in IHSA? So he had asked about it, and my dad thought about it and said, it's a great motivator, and started with 4 teams and just basketball. And then from there, it ended up growing into, over 50 alternative schools across 8 Illinois counties and 79 public school districts, and it just kind of has kept growing.
It's not just a basketball tournament, it's things throughout the year that kids are playing for. How does it help these at-risk youth? How does the program really work?
So basically all of the events are integrated into the school day. So we work in partnership with these alternative schools so that it is their motivator. It's their motivator to come to school. The kids have to be eligible to be able to play in, every week's events, whether it's basketball, softball, volleyball, chess, art, flag football, soccer, so on. They have to be eligible. So they have to meet attendance, behavioral, and academic requirements in order to participate in that Friday game.
And Jerry, you've seen this actually work for some of these kids. It's actually been a program that's been effective. Give us an example.
Absolutely. Well, every school buys into the Caael. We really focus on sportsmanship in Caael. And basically, this is the reward for these kids to kind of stay on the straight and narrow and focus on taking care of what they need to do to participate in the athletics and the extracurricular that they want. And everybody doesn't loves basketball, but we have so many events that they can participate in and feel there.
And you've seen some of these kids actually come back and be part of your tournament, but a couple decades later, what's the biggest hurdle you're still facing here?
I think the biggest hurdle is just getting the word out. When you are, basically only funded by financially strapped schools, and we have had state funding in the past, but when you only have one paid employee, which is my dad, for over 35 years, you don't have the manpower to go out and get state funding and grants, and get that exposure. You don't have a PR person, a marketing person. So meanwhile, while everyone's kind of trying to figure out what can we do to reach these troubled kids and raising a lot of money, we want them to know we're here, we've been here, we're tried and true. And if you think about the difference of Caael compared to maybe some other programs, the fact that it is integrated into the school day is huge, and it makes it so it's extremely cost effective. So we're not needing to, rent out gyms and, arrange transportation.
It's already there.
And get coaches. It's already there. It's within each one of the schools already. So it makes it so that we can serve, 2,500 kids every year at really a small cost.
So it's a program that we know works. We just need people to know about it. Hundreds of thousands of kids have been helped by it. Let's get the word out and see if we can get some financial help for it, correct?
Correct. And I mean, if you think about where the highest concentration of at-risk troubled kids would be, it's in an alternative school.
Right.
So those kids who couldn't make it in the regular ed schools go into these alternative schools. They're tough kids, and they're doing amazing things when presented with such positive alternatives, and a lot of those kids then can get reintegrated back into the mainstream.
Just to prove how long this Caael program has been going along, we know that Cap actually stopped by this tournament about 15 to 17 years ago. Look at that. Full head of hair from Cap. He showed up at the Caael tournament. He was a supporter. way back when. We know he still enjoys it as well now. Guys, thanks for the photo. Thanks for coming by. We appreciate your time very much.
Thank
Good
you.
luck with the
Having
tournament
us,
coming up on the 22nd and the 23rd. Again, that information for you in case you want to help out, donate. Remember, 36th Annual Chicago Area Alternative Education League Basketball Tournament. It's the 22nd and 23rd in Arlington Heights. For more information on how you can donate, help, volunteer, all that stuff, go to Caael.com. That's Caael.com.